Hello, hello, hello. My camera seems off center. Hold on a second. Okay. Hello, 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 and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream hosted by yours truly, Dolphin. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goal are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch and Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at Dolphin21 on Twitch and on Twitter rather, because on Twitch and YouTube it is just Dolphin with no digits. Sentinels of the Multiverse and One Deck Dungeon are available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, as well as analog, cardboard, ink, and dice. And you can get the games and more info at sentinelsdigital.com. All right, there is the monologue. How are y'all doing, folks? It's been a long week. Not really. It's not been a long week for me. It's been really cold, you know, in parts of the United States, and in fact the two colleges that I work at both closed on Wednesday and Thursday, so I had the past 2 days off, and my Friday is a half day because I only teach at one of the schools in the morning. And I got home and then I got a new iPhone, so it's been quite a fun past several days for me. But, you know, since the last stream, I've just been playing games and whatnot. Resident Evil 2 came out on the remade Resident Evil 2 came out, and it's excellent. I love it. It is an excellently done remake. Kudos to Capcom for that. But yeah, it's been a week for me. How about you guys? As you can see here in the game, we're doing One Deck Dungeon, unlike last week, because last week we were busy demoing Akash 3. I don't know if this has been made public yet. Let me check real quick. I honestly have no idea. Has there been a update to to the streaming schedule in terms of demos? I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about that or not. I assume it's been said because we were talking about it, but well, if it's not, then I apologize, because I'll be lying to you all, or not lying, but I'll be sharing secret information to you all. But next week I will be demoing, what am I demoing? I'm doing La Capitan variant. Not La Capitan, Commodora, that one. La Commodora's variant. I forget what exactly it's called, but I will be doing that next week. So this week I am starting off with Black Spot Commodore. Is that, yeah, Curse of the Black Spot or something? I don't know. It seems like it was based off of the Pirates of the Caribbean title. Anyway, for this week we're doing a normal week in that I'm going to do the One Deck Dungeon routine. Start off with the One Deck Dungeon game, see how that goes, and then afterwards is the Sentinels of the Multiverse viewer's choice game. Alright, I see there's a link here which presumably means, is this popping up? Is this showing on screen? No, it's not. Good job. This is opening on Firefox. Yes. All right, perfect. I am not I am not revealing information beforehand. Thank you so much, Jay-Z, for that link. All right, so if you missed it, on this past Tuesday, John visited the Marinian Refuge with the new Handelabra cam, and you can see it on YouTube on Tuesday, because we do a 1-week delay now for YouTube releases. But if you're a Twitch subscriber, you can already see that video. Today is nothing special. Sunday is nothing special. Monday, February 4th, the on-deck crew uncovers the Spirit of the Void with Akash 3. And then Tuesday, Handelabra Live. In honor of the Lunar New Year, Jeremy shows off Luminary on Handelabra Live, but a bout of lunacy will cause them to also show off the variant Heroic Luminary as well. And Friday, February 8th, Dolphin swims alongside La Commodora, Curse of the Black Spot on Dolphin's Dive. And then Sunday, February 10th, the final member of Dark Watch, the Harpy, arrives for a story with Zach on Tales from the Archive. And then Monday, February 11th, 7 p.m., Pirate Savvy and Dover get their hands dirty with Lifeline Blood Mage. Completionist, guys, has informed us that he'll make an appearance when his collection is complete and not a moment before. Whatever that means. Alright, so I'm going to keep that on ready. It's from Treasure Island, I'm sorry. I only am a terrible nerd when it comes to trivia such as that. Thank you all for the corrections. Thank you for informing me of the true origins. But yes, La Commodora Curse of the Black Spot will be next week, and so we'll do another full day of Sentinels at that point. But today is the continuation / termination of the Gauntlet. So if I show you where we actually are with that, we started with the Rogue, defeated in the Dragon's Cave twice. Warrior was then victorious over the Dragon. Hunter was victorious over the Hydra. Paladin was defeated in Yeti's Cavern, and then Paladin was victorious over the Yeti, followed by Kalyana, who was victorious over Lich. And now I chose to bring the Archer into Minotaur's Maze. Minotaur's Maze is the last here. And if I am victorious here, then I will have done it within 8 games, which is not 5, which is what you need to do for the achievement, but, you know, only 3 defeats. Not too bad. Right, so unfortunately I didn't change my basic skill from last week, so we still have Piercing Blast, 3 mana, reduce the difficulty of each armor box by 1. I mean, this can only be used on combat encounters, so the peril doesn't do anything. We're gonna have to roll with that. But the Archer, her heroic feat, spend 2 time to roll 2 heroic dice, or 4 time to roll 3 heroic dice. Before checking any other effects, discard 1 of the dice rolled, can be used anywhere except for bosses. So we can try to use this when we need an extra heroic push, and by rolling 2 or 3 and discarding 1 of them, we can sort of mitigate bad dice rolls. If all 3 are 1s, it's awful, but if I get 1 1 and a 3 and a 6, then whatever. And then the her personal skill, I don't remember what this is called for the heroes, but kiting. If you lose only 1 heart, spend 1 time instead. Prevent 1 heart in each boss round, use before suffering consequences. It's not an automatic skill. I mean, it technically is an automatic skill, but you do have to use it. There are other skills that just take effect automatically, like First Aid, when you use a potion, heal 1 damage, or Recovery, when you descend, heal 1 damage. But with kiting, you do have to activate it, and so it replaces a heart of damage with a time, and in a boss, it just prevents 1 heart. And so we can use this to try to mitigate some damage on Archer. I brought along Archer because I was looking for someone that had some strength and agility, since the Minotaur's Maze requires both of those with the combats. And especially against Minotaur himself, we need lots of combat for him. And there are certainly other heroes that are a bit better based for that, but Archer has one of my lowest track records. I'm going to actually back out yet again to show you that my Archer record is 2 victories and 9 losses. And that is the lowest number of victories for everyone except... Oh, the Ward... Is the Warden a thing? The Warden is... Yeah, the Warden here. But I've also played the Warden 4 times. But yeah, my Archer record is pretty bad. Kalyana is ridiculously good, or at least I'm ridiculously good with her. Alchemist I've been really good with. And then Rogue I've been even Steven. Archer's very biased in one direction. Witch, 3 victories, 6 losses. Druid is even. Hunter I've played a lot for some reason, I don't know how. But let's go and play with the Archer in this game and see how that goes. Alright, so enough talking, let's play. So in Minotaur's Maze, the explore limit is 3 doors. So if one of these doors is something I don't want to face, that will severely cramp my ability to do anything. But the first door we're opening is Flame Statues. Also, I'm missing chat, sorry. It's pronounced Minotaur. No, Minotaur. I've always pronounced it Minotaur. You're not telling me it's Minotaur. If it's Minotaur, I am so upset. Alright, here we are, Flame Statues. Spend 3 time to do mana 8, or dodge them for 14 agility. We can go for 1 mana, or spend an agility to roll 2 dice, or 2 strengths, or 3 experience. It's named after King Minos of Crete. Maybe. But, I mean, I've always heard it Minotaur, but whatever. Tomato, tomato, Minotaur, Minotaur. Minotaur sounds weird to me. I'm gonna go with Minotaur, but you know, I'm a tomato kind of guy myself. I don't think I want to do this. I do have Eagle Eye here to help, but bear in mind that we do have this very big 5 armor here that I have to cover before I can do anything else. If I go with Disenchant, I'm rolling only 2 dice, and so if one of them is a 5, that goes there, and then I can only ever put a 6 here. I'd have to use Eagle Eye to do it. If I go with Dodge them, alright, I get 3 dice. I put one of them here to cover the shield, and then 2 dice remaining. At most can be 12. These seem like very high numbers to try to pull off. So I think I'm going to back out for now and reevaluate later. The other 2 doors, by the way, we're doing hybrid, so these other 2 doors are Forest of Shadows. We have the Rope Bridge, which is a bit easier, as you can see. Bolster for 2 time for 7 mana. Sprint across for 10 agility. And we do have more agility dice. Still a bit cramped, though, but I mean, these numbers aren't really that much better, I guess, than the previous ones, but they are lower. But I think I'm going to sprint across and use Eagle Eye to roll 2 heroics, in hopes that I can do it with just the 2. Spend 2 time, and this is a skill, this is a heroic feat that you kind of have to be very cautious with, because some of the other heroics, you spend only 1 time to do something, or you just store dice, but the ones that involve spending time isn't really as costly as Eagle Eye, but you don't really want to use this haphazardly. So we rolled a 6 there, which is good. Provided I can get a 5 here, I should be fine, because then I'll be able to spread numbers around, and we did get that. So we got the 10 that we needed, we won the victory. English is a lot of words that don't sound as they are written, such as night and knowledge. Where does the K come from? My favorite example of such a thing is take the word through, T-H-R-O-U-G-H. I should put it somewhere on screen, but whatever, I'll just say it verbally. Take the word through, T-H-R-O-U-G-H. O-U-G-H is pronounced oo in that case. Now take out the R, and you get though, T-H-O-U-G-H, in which case the O-U-G-H ending is now pronounced O. But if you remove the first H, then you get tough, which is T-O-U-G-H. And in this case, the O-U-G-H ending is pronounced uff. So in 3 words that are all coming from a big word, and we're just removing 1 letter at a time, we get through, though, tough. And O-U-G-H is therefore pronounced oo, o, or uff, depending on the situation. So that is why English is a very difficult language to learn, or to speak at least. Alright, Barrage. This skill, I don't generally go for skills like these, but I'm seeing that this can be used in a peril, and so it's tempting to want to go for this. However, it doesn't give me extra dice. It lets me spend 2 agility to roll 3 agility and discard 1 of them, which is a means of mitigating bad rolls. I could put my 2 worst agilities there, and then roll a set of 3 and maybe get a higher chance of improving the roll. So I might just go for the strength, since that's extra dice. It's not going to help me with flame statues, so that's the thing. Alright, here we have this guy, the Vortex Stone. And this is definitely much trickier than the other one. Stabilize Aura for 12 mana gives me the item, which gives me agility and heart, but I'm at my item limit. Or grab the stone for the potion, which is invulnerability. Use the potion to prevent 2 hearts, used before suffering consequences. Can be used in any encounter that's not the boss. Or I get the experience. Now, the potion isn't really that exciting, honestly, because prevent 2 hearts, or I could just heal 2 hearts later. I mean, certainly with Cure, I heal a heart there, and with First Aid, I heal a heart there, but I don't know, I'm not too thrilled by that potion. We have 3 agility and 2 mana, so if I want to get the experience, then grabbing a stone would be easier to do so. I could also just go for it and take the penalties. without worrying too much. I mean, I will take... If I go for grab the stone and I just like say, whatever, I don't care, I'll take all the consequences. There's 4 hearts here, 4 out of 6, plus I get a poison, and in a hybrid deck, I can only cure poison with potions or by failing a poison roll, which will result in 2 hearts of damage later, and a time is spent. If I want to go for it more seriously, I could go for grab the stone. I could spend 4 time to roll 3 heroics, discarding 1 of them, and then I could roll my 3 dice. I'll have 5 dice, well 6, except I'm throwing out the worst between 3 of them. So if I get a 5, and then I have 4 dice remaining, hopefully I would need just north of a 4 average on the 4. I do have aid, but is it worth spending 4 time to try to... Because I guess, like, I mean, if I flee now, I'm basically spending 2 time to return to this. So I'm gonna enter it. I'm going to... This is going to end poorly. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do the 4 time route. I have to be very careful with time. But 4, 5, 5. So we have a 5. So with the remaining 3 dice, I have to roll 8. And I rolled 8 exactly. All right, so it was perfect. No penalties, except for all the time I spent. Now, the other benefit of taking the potion before I mislead people, if you take a potion, you get a potion token. So even if I don't want to use invulnerability, I could take it just to get a potion token so I could use aid 1 more time. But I'm gonna take the experience because 4 experience when I'm at level 1 is significant. Because now I could do whatever and level up and get the heroic die. So that was a 13 that we did. Dodge them is still a ridiculous 14 though. Like, if I chose to do flame statues and do the same approach, I would have lost unless I used aid. So I think I'm going to explore. We have a base and we have a forest of shadows. And I don't know, I mean, I know what cards belong to which deck. I don't really know which cards are better cards to look for. I especially don't know the hybrid deck that well. The thing about the hybrid deck is that it is still a fixed deck. To determine what cards go in the hybrid deck, you look for either the leaf symbol on the Forest of Shadows cards or the gate symbol on the regular cards, on the base game cards. You put those together in a deck. There's 20 of each, so you'll get a 40 card deck that way. The consequence of this, by the way, is that these leaves will give us a benefit in poison rolls, and so I could optimize my poison roll by keeping as many leaves as possible by just keeping the Forest of Shadows encounters open. Anyway, blah blah blah, who cares? Before the encounter, spend time for each poison in the party. We have no poison. Lots of strength needed though. A 3 strength, 4 strength, 5 strength in order to cover the shields. We do have Piercing Blast, but bear in mind that I only have 2 manas, and we have 2 mana squares here. We also have 2 agilities that we would like to be able to cover. They're easy to cover because they're both 2s, and they save a heart of damage each, but in order to get those, I need to cover the armors. The skill, spend a strength die to roll a heroic die, and then increase it by 1. Or the agility die, which I currently have a strength there, or the 3 experience, which gives me the heroic die. So I think what I do want is just to go for the heroic die straight up, since that can then be used on the peril encounters that we've been struggling with. So I'm gonna enter. And I keep saying I should be careful with this heroic feat, and then I proceed to use it in every encounter, but once I get the heroic die, I should be better. Because certainly that 6 can help cover the armors. And then my rest of my strength was pitiful, and I can't cover any other armor. Kiting is an automatic skill. We'll certainly use that. But yeah, this is pretty pitiful. My mana, however, cannot cover the 4 or the 6, so I could certainly use Piercing Blast. So I at least used that basic skill that I accidentally chose. And then I can cover the 2. But, and I probably should do this here, if I use Aid, I can increase these 2 dice, and then I can cover both of these squares, which will let me cover something else, namely these 2 hearts. So currently I'm taking 5 hearts of damage, so I think I do want to do this to prevent that. But that's all I can do unless I use Aid again, which can increase those to a 4 and save another heart another time. Unfortunately, Kiting isn't doing anything because I'm taking 3 hearts of damage and not 1. And if I only have 1 more Aid, so like this 6 can only really go here. I could increase this to a 4, but then I have to cover the 3. I can increase this to a 3, but then I have to cover the 2, and then there's not really any benefit to anything. So I think I have to accept that this was a pretty bad roll. I mean, it wasn't terrible, it's just I needed good numbers everywhere. But I got the level up, I got the potion, and by getting the potion token, I heal a heart of damage, which is the other benefit of just taking a potion. Heal 1 damage whenever a potion token is used or gained. So, all right, I'm at level 2. I have the heroic die. We have the force wall. Crushing Fist is an excellent skill, and certainly we would love to have it against Minotaur because we need lots of strength here. And the thing about Minotaur, see, that sounds so weird, is that X equals 4 times the number of damage on the Minotaur, minimum 12. So this will start at 12, but if we get him to 9 hearts of damage and then have another round, this will be up to 36. So it's kind of unlikely we'll be able to cover it at that point. But the more strength, and particular more fixed strength we can get, the better. So we have the heroic dice, so now we have 1 extra die in addition to these. Climb around lets us use the agilities, which we have more of, and this is a lower number. But we have to spend 3 time to do so. And I'm rolling 4 dice. And so if one of them covers the 5, then I have to have about just south of a 4 average to cover the climb around. If I use Eagle Eye yet again, I'll spend 2 time in addition to the 3 time, and then I can get a fixed roll, but then, whatever. Blah, blah, blah words. I'm gonna do this because I think I should. I like dice too much. 6 is good, so now I just need to roll an 11 across my 4 dice. And I did it. I got the 5, and I got the 11. I didn't even need to do the kiting, or Eagle Eye, I guess. So, alright, lesson learned. Don't need to Eagle Eye. Crushing Fist. Yeah, I want that. It won't be immediately useful, but if I can last in this dungeon, it'll be great. I'm gonna explore again, because I still don't want to try for flame statues, but I am gonna start running out of time, so I should probably do it. 8 Dover. Never cared for heroes that use up time with their basic abilities since time drains quickly enough already. Yeah, you really have to be careful with how you spend time in this game. A misuse of time is dire. Alright, spend time for each one roll. Speaking of time that bleeds, I'm definitely going to enter. I think I'm going to skip Eagle Eye, though, because it's just going to be more opportunities to get 1s. Have to get at least a 2 and a 3 mana, which I got. I also spent 2 time. I could use Well, I guess I don't have a mana 5, so that doesn't matter as much. I do have a strength 6. I have a strength 4. I have that thing and this thing. I am taking only 1 heart of damage. The funny thing, though, is that if I prevent it, I'm going to spend 4 time, which will put 3 time on the door, which will give me a heart anyway. So that kind of is self-defeating. So is there a better way to spread the dice around? While these strengths are equal in all aspects, the agilities are a little less equal. The mana I obviously have to cover in some capacity. If I use aid, I could certainly put that 2 there, I put that 3 there, and then I have this 4 I can increase to a 5, and I have this 1 I can increase to a 2. In which case, the same squares are covered, except I have this covered to prevent 2 time. I could also put in Crushing Fist, or no, I don't have enough for that. Well, I can convert this to a heroic 1, and then I can use aid to increase it to a 2, and then I'll get the 2 strength 6s. Might be better to try to use this if I'm gonna go that route, though, since I'm getting 2 strength 6s anyway. It doesn't cover the 5. So I don't know if that's 100% worth it. I would have to use aid still in order for that to work in some capacity. If I do this, I can do it easily, but then I still have to cover the 2. If I use this to get the heroic, then I'll have to use aid to increase it to a 2 for Crushing Fist. So aid will still have to trigger for that to work. Why throw away the yellow 6 when you could use the 4? It's going to be equivalent either way. Because the 6 and the 4 right now are doing the same thing. These are all 4s and 6s. They all do 1 heart and 1 time. So there's not really any difference between the 2 right now. And I don't think Crushing Fist is going to help that much. I mean, it will. Okay, no, it will. It'll do something. Piercing Blast isn't going to do anything except lower these 2 numbers that I already have covered. So like right now I spend 4 time, I lose a heart. But then I could explore 1 more door, I guess. Without penalty. If I use aid, I heal a heart. I don't take a heart now, but if I want to explore on this floor a little longer, then I get the heart back. So using aid only cures 1 heart. Or I guess it cures 2 because of first aid, but... But I think it's not going to be as beneficial here as it could be later, so I think I'm just going to accept the consequences. So we have mana, or Armor Crush, or Experience. Armor Crush, spend a strength, gain a heroic 6. You can only use it to cover a box with shield, which... Against the Minotaur, we do not have shields, so that's not as useful. We do have Piercing Blast to lower shield boxes, so it's not as required to get that So I think I want to go for the mana because it will actually balance out all 3 of my dice. And it could make the flame statues a little easier to handle, although spending 3 time will result in 1 heart of damage right now. And we have the Pit of Spikes, which gives me dexterity. Spend an agility, gain agility 6. A straightforward skill to get a guaranteed 6. So, to get that, I either climb around, in which I take 1 heart of damage straight up. I have 3 strength and 1 heroic, so that's 4 dice. Should be straightforward to cover, as long as I get the 5. If I go for jump over, I don't spend the 3 time, but I have the same 3 agility dice and the heroic, but I have to get 14 here, which if I cover the 5, I have 3 dice left. Getting 14 across 3 dice is considerably harder, requires about a 5 average on all 3 dice, in addition to the 5 that I need straight up. If I use Eagle Eye, in either situation, spending 2 time will result in 1 heart of damage. Spending 4 time will result in 2 hearts of damage. And if I do that with climb around, I'm dead. So I think the approach is to climb around, accept the heart, and then not use Eagle Eye. And then if I don't roll... This is going to end poorly again. If I don't roll... If all these dice are ones and twos, then I'm done, because I will take too much damage. We got a 6. And I don't have enough to cover the 8s. So here I die unless I use aid, so there's no reason not to use aid. And I do that. Usually go for farm experience whenever you can, get to level 4 and get those 2 heroic dice. I thought about trying to do that, which sounds vague. I think getting from level 1 to level 2 quickly is fine, because that gets you the 1 heroic and it only costs you 6 experience. Getting from level 2 to level 4 requires 18 experience, and you have to pass on items and skills that can help you overall. So I don't know that getting to level 4 as fast as you can, just for that extra heroic, is as useful as taking useful items and skills that can get you to level 4 more easily. Like dexterity is very useful now. I don't have to worry about agility rolls for the most part. My worst agility die turns into a 6. I mean, it doesn't help me in the peril encounters, which all these skills that are really nice tend to not be good, tend to not work in perils. So we're still staring at flame statues. I think that was the first door I opened, and if I want to fight it, I have to take a heart of damage, and then that is still a bit tricky to go for, so I'm just going to skip it. Put it away. Let's go down. Recover. You just enjoy doing it. Fair enough. Everyone has their own playstyles. I think careful consideration of all your options certainly wins out, but maybe it's less fun. The Wisp. Also, we are now on level 2. So when you explore, spend an extra time. And we have an extra armor in the peril and 2 strength armors in the combats. And this is a tricky encounter because of the fact that there's so many singletons, and a lot of them are mana. So I don't think this is an encounter to do. Currently, I have 5 hearts, 5 poison, and 7 time of consequences. 5 hearts is enough to kill me. 5 poison is enough for me to basically fail every poison roll, unless I roll a 6. And 7 time is ridiculous. It certainly, based on how I roll, I can mitigate everything. Unless I roll all ones, in which case I can't even cover the armors. But let's see. So we have a mana die here, which certainly mana is nice. It can help with Crushing Fist. The potion, use in a combat to ignore all shield icons in this encounter. I like this in certain encounters. Doesn't really help too much in this one. I mean, like, certainly, like, in this dungeon, I will always have these 2 shields here, and using this potion to ignore those can help me focus my strength in other avenues, or the 2 experience. Whenever you try to pull off strategies or fancy tactics, it's a disgrace. Yeah, I think I'm gonna flee for now. I'm gonna try to get more dice. We have 3 items. I think I have 2 right now, but I can have up to 3. Poison Cloud. Contain 9 mana, crawl under 12 agility. Items another agility. Skill Spark. Spend 3 mana, roll a mana die, and then increase it by 2, which basically gives you your 3 back, unless you're fighting an encounter in which dice may not be re-rolled or increased. And then you forget about that. Let's see. Contain would be easier, and I spend only 1 time. So I think I'm going to do that route. I have 4 dice, though, and I do have a lot of shields to consider, so I'm going to use the time skill again. I always get super scared. But we got a 4, so I don't have the 5 yet. And I have 5 and lots of 6s, so why was I worried? I should have known I was only going to roll 5s and 6s with my main dice. Okay. We have 2 skills, we have 2 items, and then we have no experience, but I think I still want... I want dice. Well, obviously you should have known you were gonna roll good. Can I hit the undo button so I can, like, not use it? Of course you can't. Great Spirit. Forest Blessing. Reroll a die and gain a heroic 1, which... Heroic 1s don't really do too much for you, but you can at least use it in Dexterity since it doesn't care about numbers, gets you an Agility 6. Put it towards Crushing Fist or Piercing Blast, or maybe you have to cover something, who knows. I'm at my item limit, but this is mana. But I probably want the skill, so I'm going for the skill. And I have 4 dice. This is a much harder roll than previously, so I'm going to use this, and it's going to work out. 2 6, alright, that's good. I'll take the 6. And then... I got 2 more 6s, but this time I did need them. In fact, I can't even cover this. Let's see, 2 heart and 4 time, or I use aid to prevent that and heal up 1 heart. I think I'm gonna take the consequences. The time is costly, but the hearts I'm not as worried about. I can heal it more easily, and we do have recovery. So I'm gonna end the encounter. I'm gonna regret these words. The other benefit from experience is getting those additional potions. Yeah, sure. I said that sounded sarcastic. No, I agree. The extra potions do come in handy. I'm gonna go for the Wisp because I don't think I'm ready for it, but I want to have maximum exploration. So there's the roll, some 6s, lots of 1s. 1s aren't good. Forest Blessing lets me re-roll. Let's re-roll a mana because that's more likely to pay off. That was a terrible roll. Literally got the 1 back. Dexterity for the free 6. Kiting. And then I don't know, should I go for Crushing Fist? I can't even afford it with my manas. My agility would cover everything. My strength, I guess I don't need Crushing Fist because of that. So let's not do Crushing Fist then. Let's cover these. And then I have 2 remaining. I'm not sure. So obviously this should go on to 3. Because all of these are strictly better than one of the ones above. It's just a question of which one would I want. This 2 isn't going to do too much, but it can certainly do one thing. If I use Aid, I will regain damage, and then I can cover the others. So I guess the question is, what do I want to do here? Well, we do have Kiting, so my heart is prevented and turned into time. So I guess I could minimize the poison I get. And I'll go ahead and use Aid now. This will do something. Heal, and then stop a time and a poison. So 1 poison and 3 time is acceptable. I'm spending way too much time though, but whatever. And I want experience. I could take the potion, no. And get my Aid back. But then why did I do this encounter? Just to take the potion? That's silly. I want the experience. This is like the... Oh, what's it called? I've committed so hard to this fight that I need some benefit from it. Alright. So because it's the hybrid deck, even if I succeed like I just did, my poison stays. Alright, so now let's go ham on experience. Try to get to level 3 before the dungeon, or before the descent. And we have the Phantom. Beautiful. Discard all 1s and 3s rolled. No use for mana in this fight. I'm gonna enter. I'm feeling gutsy. And I feel confident that I'm going to fail this fight hardcore. I'm gonna spend 2 time. So much hate. Before I check any effects, I discard one of these 2, or one of these. Yeah, so I'll discard the 3 because that's gonna get discarded anyway. The 5 will stay. That's beautiful. I will roll here, and I have a 1 and 2 3s. I can re-roll a die. That's risky. Is it forced? Yes, it's forced. Kiting. The strength is covered, theoretically. There's a number there. I have a 2. I have a 6. I do have a 5. And then I have these manas that aren't going to do anything. I can throw these here. And then I have an extra 6 remaining. If I move this out... Actually, yeah, if I move that out... We might be fine. We might be good. But let's get this out. Come on, so I can frickin' cover the shields. I'm trying to get all the dice out of the way so I don't have to re-roll. So cover one of those, whatever. That. Alright, now I'm gonna re-roll a die. Oh no! All my dice are used up! I'll just get the free one. And look, I didn't roll it, so I get to keep it. I'll put it in dexterity. And now I can cover the 6. Awesome. Is the stream dead? What? Dover's hate was so strong, it broke the stream. Oh, okay. No, it's just on your end. Okay. If no one saw my awesome battle there, I would have been upset. 4 experience is lovely, and then it will guarantee I can level up at the next fight. Steady Hands gives me an extra heroic die, but only in perils, but I mean, they are really strong in perils, so it is actually a good skill. It would definitely be replacing Force Blessing if I were to take it, which will give me 3 experience, so that's not too bad of an exchange. The item gives me a heart. Heart skills are decent, because obviously more hearts means you die later. But I would have to replace one of these things, and because everything's sort of balanced, I guess I could replace the agility and then have like more strength, which obviously I need more strength for the boss, so I guess it's not too bad to go for the strength. That extra peril die is tempting. The problem is it's not useful against the boss, so it's a short-term benefit. Whereas the strength is a long-term benefit. So I'm going to go with that because I have dexterity, so at least I have some control over my dice. So now hopefully I can level up if I can get 3 experience. Behind door number 2, we have the Cave-In, which unfortunately gives me only 2 experience. Flame Weave can help me work towards Crushing Fist, or it gives me a guaranteed 5. 5s aren't really so good, but I mean, if I can get a guaranteed 5, I mean, it's not guaranteed, but I mean, yeah, 5s. We just replaced an agility, so it's a bit silly to want to do that. But if I replace the mana, then I'd have the level up, or replace Force Blessing, which gives me the 3. So I think I want Flame Weave. And if I go for Dismantle it, I'm basically, well, I'll Dismantle. Dismantle should make this trivial. The problem is that I won't be able to explore the other door without taking damage, but I'm pretty healthy. Or I could just not roll a 5. And I can't do anything about that, because I don't have aid. I can cover the 3. Fantastic. Well, that wasn't too bad. Level up. Heal. I'm gonna heal the poison, because if that poison goes off, it'll be 2 hearts later. Yeah, we'll descend. My general goal is to level up once in a floor so that I feel like I'm on track. So I can get to level 4 if I get 10 experience, so I got 5 items, 4 skills. So 2 more items I can grab, 1 more skill. So bear in mind now, floor 3, Poison Dart Traps. In Peril Encounters, we have a 6 that gives a heart in time and penalties. In the Combat Encounters, we have a 12 agility that gives 3 hearts in penalties. And then we have a peril. Okay. Both of these are 3 dice each. Slow time would be preferred, probably. We'd use Flame Weave. We can get the strength. That's probably better. Critical strikes can change agility dice into heroics of the same values, which actually with dexterity means I can get a free heroic 6 in combats. Well, it's not free, but it's something. Or for experience, which Dover likes. Or the strength, which I could always use more strength for the Minotaur. Yeah, well, I'm gonna regret this because I'm spending lots of time, but I'm gonna slow time, and then I'm gonna Eagle Eye. Because, I mean, I could resign myself to the 6 being a consequence, but trying to minimize the misfortune here. And we got a 5. And with Flame Weave, I get another 5, which is, oh my gosh, not enough. And I will die if I don't stop this, so I have to use Aid. And now it's not as bad. Lots of time, though. Critical strikes. And now let's see what we can do. Spike-a-lon. Add poison to the consequences for each 5 die on this card. Okay. I'm not going to use the heroic feat. Lots of agilities I need, and I don't have that many agilities. I'm gonna regret this decision. But hey, I had sick agility rolls there. I might as well turn those 2 agilities into heroics, but I don't know if that's gonna serve any purpose. Flame Weave, I guess? And then use that towards Crushing Fist. And then Dexterity with the heroic, 2 kiting. And then I don't know if this mana is gonna have any use, so I'll put it towards Piercing Blast so that this strength 2 can be used on something. And now all the strengths are covered. I mean, there are 5s that I'm sitting on, that I'm using here that I should avoid using, so let's not use those 5s, which I can do by moving the 5s out. Okay, 5s are gone. We have an extra strength 5 that is probably not going to be used. If I kept the mana 5, I could turn into a heroic. But to do that, I lose the ability to use this 2. If I use the 2 with the mana 5, I get a heroic 2. Which I guess could cover one of those 2 squares. So yeah, let's get rid of Piercing Blast then. Which happened somewhere. There, alright. So this 2 and this 5 become a heroic 2. And then I put a 3 there. Actually, no, 3. I don't want the 5s on the main card. So put the 5s outside and then the others inside. And then I have a heroic 2 I can put there. I want to avoid using this 5 on the main card. So unless I can prevent a poison for that or something. Alright, so 6 hearts of consequences. Obviously, that's a lot. If I put 2 6s here, I prevent 3 hearts. And then another heart, and then another heart. And then with kiting, 1 heart is prevented. So 2 time and 1 poison. I'll accept that. I'm at my skill limit. Okay, so let's go for the mana. Skip the use heroic feats step. Okay. I can't use Eagle Eye in this fight. And my agility is terrible. In fact, everything is terrible. This is all bad. Flame Weave. Crushing Fist, maybe. There's several ways I could have done that. I don't know if that was the better way. Dexterity. kiting. In fact, I don't need to use Crushing Fist because I don't need strength for much in this encounter. So let's not do that. That was bad. I can just cover those. And then I have these sitting out here in the wild. I think that is fine. I mean, these two can turn into a heroic. My mana, I don't have potions, so I can't cover that 6, but I can cover the 2 4s. And let's use kiting again, since I undid it. Okay, so critical strikes. I guess I could cover the mana 6 if I convert this 6 with critical strikes. Certainly can't really cover that much, unfortunately. So I might still use Crushing Fist because this 5 and this 2 give me a heroic 2. Like, this 5 isn't going to be good for anything, really, except for Piercing Blast, which I'm already using. Or, sorry, I don't need it. Unless I really want to use those 2s for that, which I don't think that's worth it. I could do Crushing Fist to get the 2 strength 6s, then I can convert those to a heroic 6. Which is something. Alright. So certainly I could stop 2 hearts there. I can stop a heart there. I can convert these and stop a heart there. But kiting won't trigger. Unfortunately, I can't get it to trigger. So I'm gonna have to take the 2 hearts. Yeah, I don't really think there's much I can really do other than decide which consequence is better. Strength or fireball or experience. I'll go for strength. I have to start getting ready for the boss. And now I have to do the poison roll with my poison, and I did not pass it. So now I'm at 6 hearts of damage. So this is not good. When I descend, I will heal 1. Alright. We can get 3 experience if I go for the item and swap out for one of those. The skill isn't really that good when I'm at my skill limit. The experience is piddly. So I'm going to go for the item route. And I'm not going to use my heroic feat. Famous last words. If it ends here, it ends here. I can at least flame weave. Which doesn't really do too much for me, but... yeah, I'm dead. I can't take a heart of damage. And I can't cover all the squares. So I'm dead. Oh man, all that time I spent really came back to hurt me. I did get 4 experience though, because I descended twice and I leveled up twice. Which unfortunately though can't really use in any wonderful capacity, so I'll just throw it into crafty. Alright, well, I could continue run. I have spent an hour here, and I do want to do Sentinels tonight, so I think I'm going to call it here for the 1-deck dungeon part of the stream. Unfortunately, Minotaur's Maze has yet to be finished. We lost in the Minotaur's maze with the Archer. So that is our entry number 8. We'll do 9, not next week because I'm doing the Commodora variant preview, but we will be doing... oops, that's not the link I wanted. We will be doing Sentinels next week. And 2 weeks from now, we will be doing One Deck Dungeon continuation. So, who wants to participate in Viewer's Choice? So, while I'm getting that set up, Sentinels, the Multiverse update. Okay. And then let's exit. And then let's start Sentinels. So you're seeing a blank screen because Sentinels has not started up yet. But patience. It will happen. You hear the music. And you see the game. All right, perfect. So, here we have Hankroyd and Seamus Butler. Those are the 2 people who have voted for Viewer's Choice. So, unless someone else wants to pipe in, it doesn't seem like we're going to have a very viewer-strong game. So I'm going to set my foot down and say that it's going to be a team match, and I'm going to throw my hat into the ring. And so each of us will choose 1 villain and 1 hero. You can also choose the villain difficulty. I'll be nice to you. You can choose that yourself. So villain, villain difficulty, hero, and of course the hero variant. And then once all those decisions have been made, then I'll hit random on the environment and we will go. So, you guys, Android, Seamus, choose villain, difficulty, and hero with variants. So I'm gonna make choices that are gonna completely overlap with yours. But since we're doing a Capitan demo next week, I think we should play with Capitan here. And I'm not playing on the beta, and I obviously don't have permission to show off Commodora, but we could certainly put in someone who's probably closest to being Commodora-esque. And that person is quite obviously, but not really that obvious, because there's not really much swimming going on. Absolute Zero, because Commodora ran into an iceberg and the ship sank. And 2 votes for Legacy. Ankroyd got it first. Alright, do I want a variant of Absolute Zero? Well, I'm doing that. Let's do Freedom 5. Freedom 5 is fun. I do think that Freedom 5 Absolute Zero is certainly more powerful than Base or Elemental Wrath. Termination is definitely a risky variant, but can be very powerful. But I think that Freedom 5 is definitely more powerful than the other variants, which does make me feel a little sad because, like, then people who go for the pure, I'm gonna pick the absolute best hero all the time, will only ever pick Freedom 5 Absolute Zero and not anyone else. But that's fine. Alright, so now Hankroyd chose Ultimate Fright Train. I guess I should choose the difficulty, but I'm going to leave it on standard so I can keep cards in play. Ultimate Fright Train here, though. Make that ultimate. And, oh, Dragon, if you want to participate, choose a villain and difficulty and hero and variants. You tend to be a viewer's choice person. Alright, so then let's see, go back to Hankroyd. Hankroyd said Freedom 5 Legacy, so I guess we're doing a Freedom 5 team. I did kind of see that before I made my selection though, so that's cheating on my end. Seamus chose Freedom 5 Tachyon. And Ultimate Christopher and Adam, which they don't actually have an Ultimate because we don't have Challenge, but we can certainly do Advanced. And I threw the question out to Dragon, but if anyone else wants to participate, feel free to pipe in. The first 2 votes for heroes and villains. Hammer and Anvil can't be ultimate, and that's already taken, so unfortunately, no. It does seem like we're going for a Freedom 5 team, though. I feel like I sense the pattern here. I think there's a pattern in what choices are being made. And I'm gonna say you want advanced Biomancer, because again, there's no ultimate there. Alright, so I guess Hammer and Ad. I guess that means that I'm gonna just say there will be the 5th. I don't know who's gonna oppose Wraith, but who opposes Wraith? This is like the most forced viewer's choice ever. Oh yeah, well no, Unity doesn't have a Freedom 6 variant, or Freedom 5 variant, so vetoed. Misinformation. Fitting, because her nemesis is the Freedom 5, so that makes sense. I'll leave that regular because Advanced is going to make this a harder fight, especially when all the damage gets redirected to the Fright Train. Alright, so where is this fight taking place? It's taking place in the great wonderful lands of Silver Gulch 1883. So, La Capitan, Ultimate Fright Train, Advanced Citizens, Hammer and Anvil, Advanced Biomancer and Misinformation versus Freedom 5 Absolute Zero, Freedom 5 Legacy, Freedom 5 Tachyon, Freedom 5 Bunker, and Freedom 5 Wraith in Silver Gulch 1883. Okay, order Ace, Chiquito. Look at all the shiny things this new time has to plunder. Stay frosty, everyone. No matter how bad things are, we've still got to take down this villain. It's a villain team, Absolute Zero. Alright. Freedom 5 Absolute Zero has Cryo Chamber, Frostbound Drain, Null Point Calibration Unit, and Onboard Module Installation. Freedom 5 Legacy has Flying Splash. Yes. Motivational Charge, Next Evolution, and Thok. Excuse me, Freedom 5 Tachyon has Accelerated Assault, Lightspeed Barrage, Pushing the Limits, and Quick Insight. Freedom 5 Bunker has Grenade Launcher, Heavy Plating, Recharge Mode, and Upgrade Mode. Freedom 5 Wraith, Impromptu Invention, Stun Bolt, Throat Jab, and Utility Belt. Freedom Tower would have been thematic. Yes, it would have. Alright, Capitan is on Standard, so there's no extra rules here, but remember, Chiquito is in play. So every time someone decides, for whatever reason, to discard a card, Chiquito steals it the first time each turn, of course. But Chiquito is in play. Lude, pay attention. Chiquito is in play. Fright Train. The advanced rule, increase damage dealt by Fright Train by 1. Challenge, as long as Fright Train is a target, redirect all hero damage to Fright Train, which actually means that Freedom 5 Absolute Zero, his base power is going to hit 2 fire damage on Fright Train, and then Absolute Zero will not have been dealt damage this way. What other things? Chiquito's put into play. Engine of Destruction is put into play. Citizen Hammer and Anvil. Advanced, increased damage dealt by Citizen Hammer by 1, and reduced damage dealt to Citizen Anvil and Citizen Hammer by 1, so they hit harder and they're harder to hit. And we start with Hammer and Shield, which does a damage reduction to Anvil, and I think has an end of turn effect. We also get a position, which is probably going to be Bastion, speaking from experience. Biomancer, we get 2 targets from Biomancer's deck put into play, and at the start of Biomancer's turn, if there are 5 or fewer villain targets in play, the top card of Biomancer's deck is played. Not likely to trigger, but can trigger. And Misinformation is on standard. At the end of Misinformation's turn, well, yeah, move cards. And cards are revealed from the top of Misinformation's deck until 2 ongoing cards are revealed and put into play. One of them will say villain targets are immune to damage, which will be exciting. All right. Here we go. We have Cover Fire, reduce damage dealt to hammer. And then, yeah, there's damage there. We have Tempersonation to deal each hero target 2 lightning. And Carbon Adept to destroy 2 ongoing cards. Damage to reduce a target to 0 or fewer, prevent the damage, and villain targets are immune to damage. There it is. No ongoing cards were destroyed. Damage. Okay. So tragically, a world improved. Villain targets are immune to damage. At the end of a hero's turn, if no cards were played and no powers are used that turn, destroy this card. So if we really want to do anything in this fight, we have to destroy this card. And probably the best way to do that would be ongoing destruction, except Absolute Zero does not have it. We could maybe draw it with onboard module installation. In fact, if we did draw it, it would be amazing because we would do so much damage to Fright Train, but we don't have it. So the only way to then destroy this card is therefore to not play a card and use a power. So I'm just going to skip, and draw 2. We get another onboard. I would have drawn that. So I guess it would have been a second opportunity for Field Freeze, but oh well. We'll just work with that. Top card in the environment deck is Sheriff Pratt, which isn't really going to do anything except just control the amount of damage that he does here, and since Bunker is Fright Train's nemesis, we'll hit Legacy. And then he decides to hit Bunker anyway, so that choice didn't really matter. Hello, Legs. Okay. Base power, 1 player may play a card. So what options do we have for best effect? We could try to get Absolute Zero to play his 2 onboard modules and then draw the ongoing card, maybe. Flying Smash, yeah, we're gonna do Flying Smash because we have to take out Fright Train like ASAP. It doesn't matter who I target. And then Absolute Zero. If we can get Field Freeze, then Fright Train is basically dead. Or is dead. He gets an onboard module installation. I feel like I've seen this hat trick before. Onboard module installation. We draw modular realignment. Okay, let's put another isothermic in hand, and then I'll play onboard module installation. To which I draw Field Freeze! Alright, we are in there. OBS as disconnected. Hold on to your butts. Probably like my internet just outright died because I'm not seeing any messages. Yep, Discord's already. Yep, alright. For those of you watching on YouTube, we have an internet outage. Having issues connecting, that's for sure. Is it affecting my phone? It says I'm connected. Okay, internet is back. Reconnection is successful. OBS has reconnected. Internet went out. They also said welcome to the chat room. That's a good sign. Am I back? Or is there no one in chat ever? Or is my chat busted? I'm gonna hit the F5 button. Oh, I am back. Okay. Yay! Woo! Alright, I don't know what was the point that my internet died. Oh, had to watch the Kingdom Hearts. Okay, that makes sense. People have to watch ads. I forgot about those things. Yeah, internet went down. It just went down. I don't know at what point you missed, so I'm just gonna go back to my use of power phase. Legacy used Flying Smash and hit Fright Train 3 times. Don't need to see that. We'll have Absolute Zero play onboard module. We're trying to get Field Freeze because with Field Freeze we could destroy 3 ongoing cards and deal a bunch of damage that gets redirected to Fright Train. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, that was my brother. We have chicken nuggets here from McDonald's for your food enjoyment. All right. We're gonna take isothermic transducer. We did not get a field freeze, but we have another onboard installation, so we have another chance of getting field freeze. We get modular realignment. All right, I'll just take another isothermic because isothermics. Let's play our last onboard module. Maybe we'll get field freeze and huzzah! Field freeze! I knew that was gonna happen, but hey. Now you guys got to see it too. All right. Field freeze. Destroy up to 3 ongoing cards. Absolute Zero deals each non-hero target X cold damage, where X equals the number of ongoing cards destroyed by this card. So the thing is, we only have 2 ongoings. So it's not as much damage as it would have been. Would have been more if I had not destroyed the villain targets that are immune to damage card, but I wouldn't be able to hit Fright Train before that point anyway. There are 10 targets. And I'm doing 2 damage to each target, all redirected to Fright Train, so Fright Train is going down to 5. Never mind. Because Citizen Hammer and Anvil have too much damage reduction, and Biomancer has damage reduction. Never mind. 11. Oh well. Okay. Absolute Zero likes fire damage, even though he doesn't have his module out. Okay. Well, pushing the limits. I think it's still probably worth doing Accelerated Assault, even though some of the damage gets reduced, as we found out. So we'll just do that. Okay. We have 1 burst in my trash. I think I'm gonna leave it there because we do have Lightspeed Barrage. Bunker will be able to take out Fright Train anyway. Or pushing the limits gets destroyed because of Carbon Adept. Or Biomancer takes a Fright Train because of friend or foe. Awesome. So obviously the bad thing was pushing the limits got destroyed. I did draw an extra card from it though, but tragically it got destroyed. Why is this a decision? Oh, I have it disabled, that's right. Last week I disabled it, I think. Because we were playing with Void Guard Dr. Medico, I'm sure, at some point, and we wanted to be able to choose the order of HP recovery. So yeah, we don't need it here because there's no Scholar and there's no Medico. So this is Freedom 5 bunker, which means that people love the base power because we can get a random card play. But grenade launcher is pretty good. Well, I guess it's not too good. It's 2, 2, and 1. So maybe I'll just put out heavy plating, and then we'll see what we get. Certainly the more passive skills are better with this bunker. And reducing damage dealt to bunker is certainly nice. I can't put that into play, but I will draw that. Wraith has inventory barrage, which is useless. Tachyon is another pushing the limits, but when played out of turn, it's not as exciting. Legacy has heroic interception, and Absolute Zero has cold snap. Cold snap might last, right? I mean, maybe. Heroic interception would last some number of turns. It would stop misinformation and Capitan from doing things. So I guess cold snap's better. I'll do cold snap. We also know what the top of our decks are for everyone except Absolute Zero and now Bunker. Each player either discards one card or destroys one of their ongoing cards. I guess that means we're all discarding cards. Unless Absolute Zero wants to keep his thing, but he's okay with this because he has modular realignments. And Chiquito stole the first card, so it doesn't really count, but Chiquito is in play! Don't forget that, Lude! Chiquito is in play! I'll ditch Motivational Charge. Ditch a Burst. Accelerated Assault. I'm not likely to use Recharge Mode with Bunker in general. I mean, I do get some merits from Recharge Mode, but yeah. And then here, Throat Jab isn't as exciting with many villains. It does do damage, but... And now I know what the bottom of my decks are, so never mind then. Man, if only I was playing Super Scientific Tachyon. If only I had Super Scientific Tachyon, then this information would be exciting. Okay. Well, we have a utility belt in hand. I have a stun bolt, so I should probably get the micro targeting to power up the stun bolt. And now who do I want to go for next? I mean, obviously Tempersonation and Carbon Adept are the worst flesh children because they damage everything and destroy ongoing cards, so I think I want to take those out. Hitting with Stun Bolt feels like a bit of a waste, but at least if I don't destroy Tempersonation, now he's only doing 1 damage. Yeah, why did I keep Impromptu Invention? That card is so dumb. Alright. Stout Barrel plays another card. Temporal Event reveals Lost in the Past. Oh boy. That does not seem like an accurate count. Oh, no, wait. Oh, never mind. Wait. There's 2 cards in play. 1 in the trash, 14 in the deck. That does not seem accurate. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's supposed to be 15 cards in an environment deck. Why is... What? What? I'm confused. Something's weird. Is there... There's not supposed to be 2 Lost in the Past. John! Also, Sheriff Pratt is in the trash, but she shouldn't be. Or no, he should be. But Lost in the Past should have discarded the top 2 cards. This seems weird. No, yeah, he should be in the trash. For some reason I thought Sustain the Portal shuffled shuffled all the cards, or not that temporal event. I thought it shuffled all the cards. Only shuffles the other revealed cards back into the deck. Lost in the Past, when it entered play, should have discarded the top 2 cards of the environment deck. But for some reason, something screwed up. And now card counts are all sorts of off. Alright, well, let's hit Chiquito first to get rid of this card. And then figure out from here. Now, currently, assuming that, like, there is only 1 card in the environment trash. Actually, let me rewind. Let's just take a look at this in slow motion. Card is played. See, it still says 14. This count hasn't been changing. I think it just didn't update, which is weird. So I'm gonna go with the assumption that it's not actually 1 card in the trash and 14 in the deck, because obviously we can't have 2 Losts in the Pasts. So there are 3 cards in the trash. I have no idea what those 3 cards are, but there's 3 cards in the trash. Actually, let's go to the main menu and then continue game. Alright, that actually updated it. Alright, these are the 4 cards in the environment trash. Here we go. Alright, I don't know what happened, but that was cool. Alright, there are 4 cards in the environment trash. I don't have to worry about anything now. Let's hit Chiquito. And then hit the rest. Okay. So, if I want base power to bounce fire damage off, I want the isothermic. I don't have the isothermic in the trash, otherwise it could have just modular realignmented, but that seems like a waste. I think it's a waste doing 1 damage to impersonation. So I'll do this on Carbon Adept. And then I have options here. I'm gonna put Thermal Shockwave out. And then next turn I could start using it with the Isothermic Transducer. All I had to do was turn it off and back on again. Yep. Alright, so Thok, actually that will overkill Carbon Adept, but I don't really, well, I guess we have Supersonic Response. So I could do it, I could take care of Carbon Adept that way. I do have another card play as well, which let's do Thok. There's so much damage reduction here. I think I actually want to get rid of Hammer and Shield so that I could hit Anvil a little harder. Because once I get rid of Anvil, Anvil's the one providing damage reduction. So I could take out Hammer and Shield and then Anvil and then Hammer. Obviously I can't do Hammer before Anvil because Anvil brings him back. And then I mean there's also Biomancer who does terrible things, but... And then Misinformation, actually, we're everyone's nemesis with Misinfo, and if I take her out, she provides a useful in-cap. So I'm just going to focus on Misinfo. We draw Motivational Charge. I could get rid of Lost in the Past. I'm not worried about it, though. We have cards in the trash. I could play Null Point out of turn and then use Frostbound Drain on myself. Or I could play Cryo Chamber out of turn and then play Null Point on my turn, and then I have Super Healy capabilities. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna work on getting Absolute Zero super set up. Because Absolute Zero is a beast when he's set up. And this version of Absolute Zero is super good at getting set up because he can get ongoing cards easily. Cover Fire came out, but it destroyed Cover Fire, so it wasn't really exciting. Nothing happened, really. And then Supersonic Response is enough to take out Carbon Adept. And then Base Power is enough to take out Tempersonation. And then I'm not going to... Why is there a Choose For Me button? There should not be a Choose For Me button there. Alright, Clone Ranger is okay. Clone Ranger doesn't do too much. He does 1 damage, which got reduced to 0 to Bunker, so... Alright, so... Maintenance unit. Since I'm using base power anyway. Bunker has Auxiliary Power Source. Tachyon has Hypersonic Assault. That's interesting. Wraith has Razor Ordnance. Legacy has Bolster Ally, so we could draw all those cards. Misinformation is going to move cards around, as we learned. So if I don't play Bolster Allies, I don't draw those cards. Granted, those weren't really exciting cards outside of Hypersonic Assault, which isn't going to stop Hammer or Anvil from dealing damage. Or Biomancer. It will stop Clone Ranger. Yeah, that -2 is tough. And I guess that counts for Biomancer as well, but it's at least only the first time. Auxiliary Power Source, of course. Heartbreaker. Alright, so the only cards we don't know were Absolute Zero. No, we played Tachyon. Tachyon, Sonic Vortex, Bunker, Ammo Drop, and then these we already knew. But, I mean, it's not like I can use that information for anything. Increased damage dealt by Heartbreaker by 1. Okay. Utility Belt will let me use my base power, which will let me draw cards. And this will do a damage reduction to someone that didn't get hit. And the one that does more damage is generally Hammer. But if I hit Hammer, then Cover Fire goes off. No. Never mind. I'll hit Hammer. And then I can use my base power. Draw a card. Infrared Eyepiece. And then I draw Trust Fund, which I could discard. But Chiquito is in play, so if I discard a card, then Chiquito steals it. So I'm not doing that. See, I learned. I learned Chiquito's in the game. All right, sustain the portal. And Matthew Hayes. That's actually going to help. Thank you, Matthew. Does order matter? I'm going to say no. I mean, Matthew Hayes will redirect a Stout Barrel. But it doesn't matter if I do that. It's not going to stop or do anything. Chiquito was shot by a gunman. The environment takes a full turn now out of turn order sequence. Okay, here we go. Unfortunately, villain targets are immune to the damage, so Matthew Hayes isn't going to do anything. Stout Barrel has returned. Sustain the portal, number 2. But villain targets are still immune to damage because of throwback, so... that's a word. I see what you were trying to do. It was probably unintended. Alright, Chiquito has returned. The player is discarding a card for Chiquito to steal. That player is absolute 0, apparently. Take the cryo chamber. I have another one. I will then hit Chiquito to get the cryo chamber back. And then the rest of this doesn't matter. If I want to hit Matthew Hayes, I can't hit Matthew. Well, if I hit Stout Barrel, then I could hit Matthew Hayes. So I'll hit Matthew Hayes to keep him in check. It was intended. Okay, yeah, sure. Sure it is. Alright, so now, pay attention. Thermal Shockwave, I have dealt 8 cold damage this turn, so I will survive. Especially if I heal myself. So now I'm at 13. I have dealt 8 cold damage. Fire damage dealt to myself is reduced by 1, so I'm taking 7 damage right now. So I could deal 6 more cold damage without worry, and so it's not too hard to figure out how to do that. Misinformation takes 1. And I mean, Clone Ranger is really easy to take out now, so that's tempting. But I should probably just do it on Hammer and Shield, because Clone Ranger is not doing too much. I survive, and because I want to stay alive, I'm going to heal. So we have the bouncy game going on. It's... should be reduced. There, yeah, it's reduced. Okay. None of these will have immediate benefit, but I guess I do have a lead from the front and next evolution combo that I should pay attention to. So I'm going to put lead from the front out. And then we could have Absolute Zero play a Horfire. He's set up. He could also play that on his turn, but if he plays that on his turn, then it will impact Thermal Shockwave, so... Is there someone else who wants to play a card right now? Tachyon, I guess, could play Quick Insight for card options on her turn. Bunker doesn't have anything exciting. Wraith doesn't have anything exciting, so... Absolute Zero. I guess also Legacy could play Next Evolution, too. But we'll do that next turn. It's not going to help this turn anyway. Horfire. Do I want to go Super Healy? Yeah, let's go Super Healy. And then do 2 damage plus 1 to misinfo. And then heal, and then no damage. And Bastion. Okay. So, it's one of these games now. Oh, and we have Stunbolt. Or no, we have lead from the front. Oh, we don't have smoke bombs yet. I see. Okay, no. That's what's saying is lead from the front. It would be super exciting to redirect the fire damage to Absolute Zero, but that's okay. Let's do a quick insight, I think, because Nimble Strike, I guess Nimble Strike will do 1 point of damage, which, I mean, so Bastion only affects villain character cards other than Anvil by 2. So I could take out Hammer and Shield, and then I could focus on Anvil, because that is easier to deal with than other things at the moment. So, yeah. I'm going to do a quick insight to get more cards. Quick insight number 2. Blinding Speed. Lightning Reflexes. Well, those are all good cards. I have to discard 2 of these, though. I'm going to keep a Blinding Speed in case Misinformation plays a terrible card. I think Quick Insight is better than Nimble Strike. Chiquito steals that one. Okay, whatever. Oh yeah, I guess I'm going to just discard both of them. And... we have 5 bursts. I think I need to hold on to them because of all the damage reduction. So I could do a Lightspeed Barrage and get something to actually go through. Homunculus. Bunker has damage reduction. Don't redirect. Okay. I'm just put cards out. So there's options for destruction. Bunker has ammo drop. Wraith has inventory barrage. Tachyon has HUD goggles. Legacy has Thok. Focused apertures. I want that focused apertures. I mean, HUD goggles will be great, but I want that focused apertures. Okay. Oh, we're getting an ongoing card returning. So either villain targets are immune to damage again, or we do a damage thing, which is easier to mitigate. And then we get one of these cards back. Woo! Pushing the limits, though. I'm at 11. Recharge mode, actually, I mean, it's not going to do anything that exciting, but it will be another damage reduction. I'll do that. I'll accept that. And then Coolant Blast, Thok, HUD Goggles, Adhesive Foam Grenade, Inventory Barrage. Oh, no. Okay. Smoke Bombs. Unshackled Destiny. Yeah, let's just get rid of that. And then Matthew Hayes can destroy it. I guess it would be better to target something that, if it has a damage reduction, actually would care about the damage reduction. So, Clone Ranger. Then I draw a card. Throat Jab. I can't discard because Chiquito. And don't discard because Chiquito. Don't discard because Chiquito. Prickly Cactus. And then we can take out Hammer and Shield. Okay. Chiquito's still the first card. No. Bunker wants to take it because of all the reductions he has. Okay. Now we have a +1, but it's not going to hit certain things. It will still hit Misinformation, though, but... Bastion is reducing it to various people. But let's see what damage we actually do. So thermal shockwave, I have dealt 10 cold damage this turn. It is reduced by 1 because cryo chamber, so I'm not dying yet. If I frostbound drain, I'll almost certainly die. Actually no, because I'll do 4 cold and then I'll heal 4, so it'll actually be a net 0. What damage we do. That's tempting. I guess it's not really a net 0 because I'm not doing the full damage. I guess this should go to Anvil because we have to get rid of him for Bastion to get out of the way. And then heal. So now thermal shockwave is at 13, reduced by 1 to 12. I can heal myself. And now thermal shockwave's at 13, reduced to 12, so I can do 1 more hit. And then, so I'm safe here, right? Because 14 and 15, yeah. So I can hit Chiquito. I mean, I might as well. But, yeah. And then, obviously, I'm healing here. Coolant Blast. Okay. Oh. Did you notice the HP is bugged on Legacy? Legacy does not have 16 and 11 HP, and Citizen's Hammer and Anvil are not at 18. Oh boy. I mean, that bug has been around for a while. I think it has been fixed in the beta build, or at least I hope it's been fixed in the beta build, but it's been an everlasting issue. Plus, the environment deck was weird for that one turn, but it's not been bad since, which is good. A player may play a card. Well, Tachyon doesn't have exciting options. I guess Bunker would like ammo drop. We kind of are destroying things. Trust Fund, but Chiquito steals a card. I guess I could have done Next Evolution, actually, which I probably should have done Next Evolution, but whatever. Another refresh? We've had 1 refresh, yes, but what about second refresh? Alright. Let's refresh. And it seems fixed, alright. Deals each non-villain target 2 fire damage. Obviously, Absolute Zero wants to take the damage because he could heal. I think keeping him healed is more important. You are considered to have the lowest, so let's redirect to Absolute Zero, who is okay with it because he can heal. And then, yes, Tachyon is the lowest, so we will redirect. Oh, you know what? Oh my gosh, because Legacy is the lowest and we have lead from the front, we can do this the entire turn. Nice. All right. I'm happy now. Someone's gonna say I should have Absolute Zero dealing damage because he's at too much HP. I think yes, redirect. Wait, I screwed that up. Because okay, let me back up. I got confused. Oh, and now it's bugged again. Everyone's tied for the lowest. I don't even need lead from the front because everyone's tied at 11. Okay. So I'm going to say no this turn. And then the next choice, even if I say yes this turn, it's not going. It's going to be. Oh shoot! I messed up. Messed it up again. No, undo, undo. Stop. Nope. Stop. All right. Welcome to Dolphin's Dive, where Dolphin gets confused at simple decisions. So this is a no. But now the next choices all have to be yes. And I should actually just set this. I think I'm just going to do that this turn. But then I'm going to heal. Ah, I get it. I'm just going to stop talking because I keep trying to like say something and then forgetting what I'm doing. All right. No words. We did it! I only had to do like 17 attempts at that. Oh no. Oh, this is just the one. Okay. What's my max HP? 28. I can heal one more time. Oh, you know what? You know what? Dude. My Coolant Blast is not actually that super powerful. But actually, no, it's still 7 cold damage. I mean, I was expecting way more fire damage to have been dealt than that, but still 7 damage. Okay. Lightspeed Barrage is at 6. Citizen Anvil has a reduction of 1, so that would be 5 and 5 to Anvil. Anvil. If I do lightning reflexes and 2 lightspeed barrages, but that seems like a waste. Clone Ranger has a damage reduction, so I don't care about him. Heartbreaker kind of probably should be going out of the game. I don't think do I want to burn a lightspeed barrage on that though? Yeah, because Heartbreaker. And then I should do this. Let's do it on Clone Ranger because he's gonna heal, even though he's not doing anything. Let's just get rid of him, and then we'll stop. Hypersonic Assault. All right, damage. Well, all right. No, Bunker's gonna take 0. If I want to keep the smoke bomb game going, then I should redirect it all to absolute 0. But honestly, I think I don't want to. Oh no, it's reduced by 1, so it's not as much damage. Okay, no, I should do that then. I keep forgetting smoke bombs reduces it by 1. Actually, you know what? Even if I'm not going to do anything else, I should lead from the front to Legacy, the absolute 0 damage. Consider him to be the lowest at redirects, but it's a -1 anyway. Yes. No. Smoke bombs can't trigger twice. Otherwise, I could redirect it to Legacy and then... Yeah, but no, it can't. Okay. I like this trick. Yes. Yes. I think I could have done this earlier in the game and I forgot. Or at least I didn't realize I could do that. Ammo drop. Because then I could start getting dividends. And then bunker reveals Omni Cannon. Oh my gosh, are we going to put 160 cards underneath Omni Cannon in this game? The answer is no. Sucker Punch. I could destroy Matthew Hayes, but I don't want to. Back Fist Strike is good. Focused Apertures is already in play. So Back Fist Strike, I think, is the answer. And we could do that on... Well, Matthew Hayes is taking out Chiquito. Or I hit Misinformation, and then Matthew Hayes takes out Misinformation. Oh boy! Here with the highest stuff. Discard my hand. Chiquito steals one. Draw cards. Did that shuffle my trash into my deck? Because then that means all the equipments in my trash are gone. But hey, Field Freeze. That's nice. Yeah, my deck's... Yeah, so it's like I'm starting over the game, but with my equipment. Okay. So... I'm going to Throat Jab for damage on Anvil for damage. And then because this makes sense, after I Throat Jabbed him, I'm gonna then Stun Bolt him. You know? That makes sense. Because while he cannot deal damage, let's also reduce his damage by 1. Grappling Hook, I'm okay with that card. I don't want to discard because Chiquito, and I don't want to discard because Chiquito and Impromptu Invention, although I could discard any card, but hey. I'm not discarding because Chiquito, that's the important clause. Tyler Hayes deals each non-gunman target 2 projectile damage, which will stink. And this is not villain damage, so I can't redirect it with smoke bombs. Or with lead from the front. So this is going to go through. Let's hit Chiquito. I guess it doesn't matter because Bastion is preventing the damage to Capitan. So there's not really anything I can do here. Alright, so the Smoke Bombs game is ending. Yeah, I'm gonna actually... Let's reset this so I can make more sense of the situation. I could redirect to Legacy, but Legacy's not lowest. But if I do hit Legacy, then Legacy's lowest, and then I could start doing lead from the front and Smoke Bomb shenanigans. And it does have Fortitude, so it's not too bad. And this would then become 0 because Fortitude. Alright, there we go. I like it when a plan comes together. Alright, Absolute Zero. You're going to... You can't... No, you lost your... No! You lost the card. There's misinformation. Remember when we were going to utilize Coolant Blast because I dealt myself 7 fire damage since my last turn? By myself, I mean I was dealt 7 damage since my last turn. You know, Misinformation took all of the great things from that play and got rid of them all. So thank you, Misinformation. It is thanks to you that this game is a game. I don't think order matters. But note that Matthew Hayes is dead. So, there are no ongoing cards in play other than friendly ongoing cards, which I could destroy to do a lot of damage, but Thermal Shockwave's actually only at 8 this turn, so I'm thinking I could Impale, actually. If I put that on Biomancer, then that will get rid of his damage reduction effect, because it only affects the first damage dealt each turn, and then I could use like Thermal Shockwave on Biomancer. So I think I'm going to do that. Because Biomancer we have to take out at some point. There are lots of things we have to do at some point, but taking Biomancer out is something that has to happen regardless. So I don't really care about where this damage goes other than hit Anvil. And Tyler Hayes is more harm than good right now. And then keep you high. So despite playing Freedom 5 Absolute Zero, we have like only used his base power like once. Because we have Thermal Shockwave so early. Alright, Inspiring Presence I think is what we want, because now Absolute Zero is going to hit like a tank on steroids. And then Horfire? Or do I want to do something else? Let's not do Hypersonic Assault out of turn, that's not smart. Impromptu Invention, I guess. We have that. We can do something with that. We could also do that on my turn, so I guess that doesn't really do anything. And then I have my cards here, obviously. I guess I could do a next evolution thing, but I don't really know what types of damage are common right now. There's lots of melee, but I actually want fire damage because that gets redirected to Absolute Zero, who loves it. So actually we're going to play a card, Absolute Zero, Horfire, with the benefits of the +1 now. Super Heal. And then Anvil. And then Super Duper Heal. Max HP Heal. So I actually don't want to heal here, because I would lose the benefit of the heal. But Anvil's almost gone, which means Bastion's almost gone. Prevent the next damage dealt by that target. No. Look at this. Prevent the next damage dealt by that target. No. I'm going to redirect it because I'm sad. Yes. Because Absolute Zero. Alright, Anvil's almost gone, which means Bastion is gonna trigger. Which means Hypersonic Assault will actually go through. Oh no! Anvil re-entered play! Can I hit him again with Hypersonic Assault? No? Is he... No! He can still deal damage! That's dumb! Oh well. Alright, so I think even though like, we got rid of Bastion, I think I still want to take out Anvil, because then if a second Bastion comes out, then it won't do anything except revive Anvil. And furthermore, once I get rid of Anvil, then it's easier to hit Hammer, because Hammer will have no more minuses. I don't think I want to burn my blitzes for that, though. Blitz with Inspiring Presence is good, because it's 2 damage a pop. But... oh my god, that actually triggered for once. We have not enough things? What? If there are 5 or fewer villain targets in play, we apparently have... oh yeah, because Chiquito's gone. We had exactly 5, so we actually did a card, and Repliblade is actually triggering immediately. Interesting. Yes. Okay. Well, Gatling Gun is fun when... Gatling Gun is at least a passive damage dealing, which means I could use it. Unlike the other powers I was using, because I prefer Tactical Uplink. Absolute Zero has Impale. We could put that on Biomancer, and even though he already has one, the second one will actually do full damage. That's exciting. Legacy has Lead from the Front already in play. Tachyon has Blinding Speed. Don't need it. Wraith has Mega Computer. While that is nice, a second Impale is amazing. I could have gotten the Impales much earlier in the game, but Thermal Shockwave is too good. I have to discard a card for Gatling Gun. Oh, Chiquito's gonna steal it. Or no! Chiquito can't steal it because Chiquito's not in play! Okay. Also, this is actually dangerous with Chiquito, but Chiquito's not in play, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to discard Glacial Structure because I don't need to use that. And then Legacy... we're not using you for anything. Like, Motivational Charge, except I don't need it, so... we do have a Fortitude in play, so I'm going to get rid of Fortitude, and we draw Lead from the Front. Oh, right, because we knew that. Yeah, we're drawing the cards that we... yeah, okay. Discard a Burst, and draw Blinding Speed. I'm not going to use Upgrade Mode. Draw External Combustion. And I'm not really using Trust Fund, even though it could draw a lot of cards, but I don't need it, so... I could also discard another card so that someone else can draw a card. And actually, since Chiquito's gone, and I saw that Absolute Zero doesn't really have a card to play, I'm going to have him draw a card, and he draws Sub-Zero Atmosphere. So then, Wraith, Impromptu Inventions. And then can discard a card. Let's do that, because Absolute Zero wants exciting cards. He hasn't gotten exciting cards. We had exciting cards, but we played them. And then we can get any card we want. Let's get Razor Ordnance, and then we should be able to take out Anvil in one swoop. And Mega Computer will stop Tyler Hayes, except he cannot deal damage, so it doesn't matter. I mean, it won't stop him, but it will reduce his damage. Alright. Anvil's gone. So now let's focus fire on Hammer and get rid of them once and for all. This game was made slower by the fact that Bastion, it was in play, and it was advanced Hammer and Anvil, but now that we got rid of Anvil for good, we should be good. Increase all lightning damage by 1. I don't think we have a means of lightning damage. Stitched in Time, Chiquito's Return. Absolute Zero discards a card. Oh no, Chiquito stole it! Ah, whatever shall I do? Okay. Oh, by the way, Cold Snap's going off first, so Impale doesn't even matter. I forgot about that. Hit Chiquito. So actually, I could probably just take out Biomancer this turn. Unfortunately, now that Bastion's out of play, I know that saying, unfortunately, Bastion is not in play is a weird phrase, but I can't Thermal Shockwave because I will die. But I could play Field Freeze and destroy Thermal Shockwave, and then deal myself damage to get one into play. But I've dealt 27 cold damage this turn. There's no way I'm surviving. So I'm going to resign myself to that. I don't want to destroy Stitch in time. That is dangerous. Taking a full turn out of turn order sequence. That is dangerous. I am going to destroy Thermal Shockwave. Don't worry, it will come back. Is there something else that I won't mind destroying? I could destroy the Impales, because Biomancer might actually go down. Like, pretty easily. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm destroying only my cards. To do 5 damage. And Chiquito's already gone again. So we can still discard cards. So now we really kind of want to get rid of Biomancer while we have the chance. Or we could take out Hammer. There's several avenues to success here. We could take out Capitan before Stitch in Time goes off. I think we're probably just going to win this round. Like, because we also have this, by the way. Which is just enough to take out Biomancer, so we'll do that without any worry. Search my deck and put something into play, which probably doesn't matter, but Thermal Shockwave. And then Absolute Zero deals himself damage. Oh no! Actually, a Biomancer increased it by 1. So then this doesn't really matter. If we do Lightning Reflexes, Light Speed Barrage, that will take out, well, it will overkill Hammer, which is a bit annoying. External Combustion, however, will take out Hammer and will also hit Capitan. So, Bunker is going to do his first offensive move in this game, and he's going to externally combust. And now Hammer's gone. So all I have to do is deal 5 damage to La Capitan, and the game is mine. All I have to do is deal 7 damage to La Capitan, and the game is mine. Lightspeed Barrage will do enough. It would be just enough except Inspiring Presence, but we did it. See, after we took out Anvil, the rest of it just kind of collapsed. Anvil was the one that held the team together. Woo! Alright, it is 9:12. I think that is a good enough stream for tonight. Thank you all for watching. Whether you're watching it live or in the future, whether you're watching through Twitch VODs because you're a subscriber to Handelabra Games, or on YouTube because you're patient enough to wait the week or more, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate your patronage, and I enjoy doing these streams because Sentinels of the Multiverse is probably one of the best games I've played because of the depth of the mechanics in the game. And even after having played it for like 4+ years, I'm still learning new things out of the game and seeing all sorts of interactions, especially in the digital format. Because sometimes in the physical land, you can forget how cards interact because you just have a presupposition that this is how they're supposed to work, but the digital game proves you wrong. But, in any case, I'm excited to see Handelabra's future products. I'm excited to see Aeon's End reach its digital form. I think it was announced earlier this week. There was a update. I don't really know the best place to look it up right now. I think there was an update somewhere that said that the first stretch goal on Backer Kit was met, which means that there will be a crossover between One Deck Dungeon and Aeon's End, where Jay the Mage will be on Aeon's End, and from Aeon's End will be a mage that enters One Deck Dungeon and has their own heroic feat. But there's still more goals to be met, like Night Mist entering the world of Aeon's End, and this mystery 80,000 stretch goal, I think, is a mystery or something. That's still exciting. You should check it out. Try to pre-order those content so that Handelabra not only produces Aeon's End base game, but also its expansions. Because if you want to see what a game looks like with lots of expansions, here you go. This is what a game with many expansions looks like. And really, like, forever ago, and I distinctly remember it because when I first got Digital Sentinels, it was just the base game. It was just these 10 heroes. It was just these 4 villains. It was just these 4 environments. This was the game, and this was how Handelabra streamed their Sentinels game. And then, of course, we had Mini Pack 1 release, which put Unity in the mix and gave us Ambuscade and Silver Gulch, and then they worked on Rook City, giving us 2 more environments, 2 more heroes, and 4 more villains. And now it's just ridiculous how much content is in here. Thanks to the support of everyone who picked up this game, and especially backed Handelabra on the Season Pass 2. This is what happens when you support a local game developer. Or maybe not local, but an indie game developer, because even though it might take a bit longer than a AAA company, you at least are guaranteed that they will produce a stellar product because they want this to be good. Anyway, I'm getting a bit nostalgic, I guess. But that's what Aeon's End can look like too after many years of work. I look forward to it. I look forward to playing that game. If you want to check out the other streamers on this channel, we have On Deck every Monday with Pirate Savvy and Dover. We have Handelabra Live every Tuesday with John and Jeremy half the time. We have Dolphins Live every Friday with yours truly. And we have Tales from the Archive every Sunday with another Letdown. And if you missed the announcement on Kickstarter about this, we will have some previews of the variants and the remaining hero and the environment. The remaining environment was the Moranian Refuge, which was previewed this past Tuesday, January 29th by John. Next Monday, February 4th, On Deck will play Akash 3, Spirit of the Void. Next Tuesday, John and Jeremy, in particular Jeremy, will be demoing Luminary, which is the heroic version of Baron Blade. And he will also be demoing Heroic Luminary because Luminary is quite a lunatic, and Jeremy is a lunatic for demoing 2 things at once. And then next Friday, this is the important one, of course, because this is my stream, I will be demoing La Commodora Curse of the Black Spot. So 1 week from today will be just like last week, in that I will be doing a whole day of Sentinels of the Multiverse, however many games I can fit not Akash 3, sorry, Commodora Curse of the Black Spot in, so that you can see her mechanics and how her base power changes how she plays, and etc, etc. And then Sunday, February 10th, Zach from Tales from the Archive will demo Dark Watch the Harpy. And then Monday, February 11th, Pirate Savvy and Dover will show off Lifeline Blood Mage. And that will be the remaining content in the Oblivion expansion, except for Oblivion himself. And yes, Completionist Guys hasn't been shown, but like, who wants to see Completionist Guys anyway? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. All right. And as always, I have to say, if you enjoyed watching this content but you have no idea what Sentinels of the Multiverse and or One Deck Dungeon are, you can check out the games and find them on Steam, iOS, Android devices. You can also look up Handelabra.com and get more info on the games there. And you can also find links to the Kickstarter / backer kit for Aeon's End there as well. I think that's it for tonight, as I said. Thanks for watching, as I said. Let's just put on Commodora music. Not Commodora, Capitan music. We'll do Team Capitan, since that was what we did. But thanks again for watching. I will see you all next week. Bye.